Listen, Linda, listen. I just want to get it off my head, okay? Off my mind before I get up and get to moving, because I'm about to get up and get to going, here in a couple more seconds. My alarm about to get ready to go off, too. Now, listen. So, listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Linda. I wonder is that how I used to be calling my sister Linda. Oh, I wonder how my sister doing. But anyway. Listen, Linda. Listen. A white balloon was. They done found a white balloon that's floating around in the atmosphere, and people want them to just shoot it down. We have to stop and think, and we have to look at all possible scenarios from this thing right here now. Now, what if we shoot down a balloon that's got so many germs in it? Germ warfare. They hate us because we hate them, and they kill us because we kill them, and horrible, deplorable. And the things that we'll do to people that ain't got shit to do with it now. And they continue to fight amongst them. This is they fight now. Why do we have anything to do with it? I'm sick of people saying that China is taken away from around here. No, China ain't taken away from shit. A lot of businesses, in order to survive, they had to go elsewhere to work. Tax dollars is eating them up. Why do tax dollars continue to climb? I don't understand that. It saddens me that we'll throw people off something that they don't pay for, and how we can get away with continuing to charge them for shit that they already own after it done been paid for. What is the taxes anyway? Where did taxes come from? I don't know. I don't be smart enough to read. I gotta go to work. I used to like to read, but then work set in. Work set in. I had to get up and I gotta go to work. I don't have time to sit around here and read and write and do no motherfucking math and arithmetic. That's for the college educated motherfuckers. I ain't got time to do that. I gotta go. When I get off from work, I'm already motherfucking drained. I just want to goddamn do the God thing and sit there and do nothing, okay? And take credit for a whole heap of shit. I look at a lot of the stuff that's being done. Somebody sitting over here. Ooh, thank God. Like they God. Cause they the one who damn doing it. If you hearing God in your head, goddamn it, you must be God. He himself. 'Cause God ain't no motherfucking spirit that talking to all. Well, he could be. Okay, so I might be wrong on that. 'Cause what if God is what we live inside of? That is known as God. The being that we live inside of. When I look at the earth, I look at my body and what it takes for my body to function. Like I need a heart. So I say, I wonder, do the earth have a heart? You know she gotta be alive. Now he, it, non-binary motherfuckers, a transvestite, leave this shit the fuck alone. Whatever the earth the fuck is, she can be a motherfucking unicorn that I call God. Just erase. I'm talking about the universe now. I ain't talking about the earth. I'm talking about the earth could be an eye of whatever this huge deity is that we live inside of. We could be living on one of the eyes. You know, like the eye? It could be the last eye. They could be killing the unicorn. That could be the being that we live inside of. Because the other eye, either the other eye is gone out, done already been put out. And we the last surviving beings in this universe. Because when I read the Bible and I read a lot of history, all it tell us is wars and wars and wars and rumors of wars. Now, we don't know. Has someone pierced the unicorn in its head? Now, with the piercing in the head, it could either mean that they went in and they stabbed it in the brain, or either it could mean that something is growing up out of the head of whatever it is that we live inside of. And we are the beginning of the birth of whatever the deity is. And the earth is not really being destroyed. It had a setback. That the earth might have hit a huge meteor that caused the Tower of Babel, whatever it is, to shake. And the tower came crumbling down, and the walls and the caves and everything just naturally happened. Not someone destroyed it. Not someone deliberately flooding the earth for 40 years and 40 nights. Because that's what it said God did. It said he deliberately flooded it. That would be a setback right there. To deliberately. Now, what's the setback? To save the earth from creatures that we don't understand and we don't know. But we know that that flood had to take place to get rid of these creatures because they were truly, truly, truly destroying the earth any worse than to flood it for 40 days and 40 nights and kill off everything in the path. Could have been to save one and destroy so many. And then here I come and I lay claim to the land. I take all of the little young virgin girls in the little, and I even in Numbers 31, I'm going to say, was it Numbers 31? I instructed Moses to go up in there, kill everything, all the kings. Notice it called them kings, I do believe. Perhaps that's the male. I don't know. If it is, then that would mean, what does it mean, the kings? Does it mean all the heads, all the parents, or does it mean that it's a male, a man? I mean, I don't know. I don't understand what a king is. I see what a king's supposed to look like, but I don't really know what a king's supposed to be. So I don't know. You see, you're going where I'm going with this thing. I don't know the damn king. God damn it, I don't know what the hell a king's supposed to be. I just know what the fuck I'm told. I stay in line. I keep my motherfucking head down. I'm a good slave. Do you hear me? I don't want no goddamn stake through the fucking my right. Exactly. Because you didn't hear what I said now. I said that the motherfucker done killed a unicorn, or else this bitch is coming to life, because I hope that it is a girl. I hope that it is a woman. And I hope that it is able to bring forth life. Man can bring forth a whole lot of lives. To find that uterus, it's like a pillow. Now listen to it. Listen to me now. Listen to what the uterus is like now. Now I know how good. If sex wasn't good, we would never have no babies. Cause sometimes women be icky. It's just icky. It's just icky now, but it feels so good when the body get conditioned to it now. And see, I'm trying to remember that, but that's somewhere, I'm going somewhere with that too, with the body getting conditioned to having sex. And so then up in here, up in her uterus, it's like the safekeeping. It's for safekeeping. It got a cushion up in there where all of the good things and all of the sweets, and it's just, it's golden. And when the little sperms hit that canal, they take off, racing toward that gold, that golden object, the light inside of darkness, inside the tunnel now. And we know it get hot round through there sometimes, don't it, women? Heating it up. I guess if they don't move, they gonna soon, get hard. Or Al, if I don't know if the motherfuckers done Al the shit from all the shit that we take to control birth. Birthing is supposed to be a natural process, but the mind done been altered. And the body done been conditioned to feel a pleasure for some things that I might consider motherfucking strange. And that's like a man raping a little boy up his asshole. See, I said I was going somewhere with that thing, you remember? Before I said cushion up there. You got that thing that inside of his loins, it desires to get to, and that's to bring forth life, because it's so hard. You see how big this earth is. You see what we constantly face and what we constantly challenge. And to train the mind to kill now. And to train the mind and not to even want to reproduce, but just to go through the motion of it because it feels good when your body and your mind get conditioned to it. Now listen, some of these men's, they wrestle that thing. See, they might have been molested as a baby, you know. The molestation might have started happening so far back that it confused them, and it might have went on so long. And the person who know that the molestation happened to you or might have realized that suddenly you start walking differently or talking or acting differently, that somebody somewhere might have been molesting you. And the boy child might have said that somebody somewhere put their hands and the penis back there on me. And suddenly it went on so long. Suddenly it even happened in the first place. And somebody then want to call you a sissy and say that you made it happen. And you too young to know anything. I know I don't remember nothing about no sexualities that long, but I know what it feels like for somebody to touch on you and to rub. Now, we don't know, and I didn't understand what the fuck you want to touch and rub on me for, because I don't want you to rub on me. Now, I don't know, but it could be somebody your age that you want to play with. Sometimes, as a little girl, when I look back over my life, I realize what I was always attracted to. That were boys around my age. We could play together. I used to love to wrestle with them. I used to love to have fun with them, play basketball. But then the man shut us off because he no longer wanted to be a daddy. Because, see, they ran some down and chased them so bad. And they done beat them and done bashed them in the head and done stabbed them through their head with pitchforks and all kind of mean horrible things. Because they ran to fight back. We supposed to cower and allow the whipping of the back. Where the monkey rose up and stood up, and he realized that all of them that looked like monkeys weren't monkeys. Some of them was mans. I seen mans, I seen monkeys, I seen all colors and all kinds, because they all had the coats over their backs that made them look like all the monkeys that they done killed now. They's coming at them with some horrible things trying to kill them. All these old machines that we thought was some types of animals that's just so real big. We had some of them animals that run around here too, but not knowing it's that big. Then they just they wrote the feet on. I learned they be what we call the wheel, the foot sub. They rolling all in here and we petted them and they just let us pet them, and then we comes to find out that some of them things ain't even real. That they use them to shoot weapons from their mouth. And they use them to cause things to explode and to blow up. And they burn down the whole villages. And they terrorize us with constant fear, trying to eat our children. I seen what they said. Now, I don't know if Abraham wanted to. Why would he kill his own son? And then the way God described it, cook him up as a motherfucking delicacy. A motherfucker that was chasing me. I don't know if he was chasing him. I don't know. But can you imagine? Now, this is what I want you to do. I want you to be sitting down at your table. Now, yeah, we know that voice. I don't know what he looked like. He stood outside. And he told me to bring along my child. And I would get instructions later. Or he could have took the child and left the instructions, and the records could have been altered. Because listen, let me tell you, when I sit here and I read about God, I see God had a whole lot of different positions. He had a whole lot of different aliases. Some call him God, some call him, some call him Allah, some call him Jehovah, but they all talking about the same man now. But we all come from different areas. So, whereas one group of people might call him one thing, another group of people might call him another, but they all know him because he traveled a whole lot. And he sounded like he had a whole army of people to help him get the job done. I just wonder who he was in, like, because now what if he the one who doing this? We said, Abraham said he the one had his son. Abraham said he the one told him to bring his son. Now, I don't know. Now, why would Abraham do it? Was it to save the life of the whole world? Huh? To sacrifice his son unto God to save what? You know what? Ooh, 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 the thought of, whenever you sat down to the table with God and he said, listen, I want you to bring your child up, Jonah. You finna cook him up for me. Yeah. I don't know. Either you give me mine or I'm going to take it. Now, either you give it to me, either you sign over all of your land. I mean, I don't know. Either you join, you become allies with me, or this is what's going to happen. And you finna fall in order behind me. I'm the king. I'm the head honcho. This is what's going to happen. You going to do as I say. Now, you're going to put your X on that place right there. You write your name. You do whatever you want to do now. Now, either you give everything that you have, all the regions, all the borders, all your families, all the tribes, everything that you have built up, either you give it all to me, or else you, his head on that platter. You gonna cut it, we're gonna cut his head off and I'm gonna eat the rest. Why would he, why? This is what's gonna happen. Now you bring it to me. I want it. And here I am. I know I got all of the other children. Well, what am I going to do? Well, listen, we finna fool this fool. We finna play a joker because he ain't nothing been the joker. The joker, they let him go because he know how to tell it. Then he know how to make your ass laugh too. But the joker ain't nothing to be fucked with. Why you think he part of the motherfucking deck, okay? A joker, oh, he's supposed to make you laugh. No. He's supposed to make you motherfucking move. That's what the joker's supposed to do. This is what gonna happen. Do you hear me? Now, I don't know. Because the king could have been the king, but here, all of these other positions over here now. Now, it's that God ran heaven his way. This is how he run his shit now. I need you to understand. If you really want to go to heaven, because you finna be bowed down. You see how that, stand up if you want to. Your ass will receive a motherfucking heart from the bow and arrow, or either from the harp. Just anything with strings on it. What the angels are constantly playing. The little old things that they use as wood. They keep a hold of, pack of them on their motherfucking back. I'm telling you, Cupid, all that shit with wings. That shit real in motherfucking heaven because God made sure he saved everything else that was lost on this planet. I see God and Noah as the same thing. That he didn't save, not in one big old vessel, but all over years he got all of this specific shit saved up for himself. Now, either God outside of the universe doing this shit, looking in, which means he gonna need a motherfucking microscope to look at us, or else God was a real person who lived here on the earth. And if you got to die to see him, then either that means God is gone, or if he has eternal life, then that means that he's still living somewhere in maybe Vatican City. I don't know. In the Middle East. He could be in Antarctic for all we know. We don't know. He could be somewhere deep, 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 deep down in the earth, past the core of the earth and on down further. Because we have to realize the earth is really, 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 really big now. Now, what if God has been doing all of this mischief that they say he has been doing? And then we see, well, here on earth that they have, like, I don't know if it's true or not, but it's dynamites all around. And then these shits is active out in the oceans and for who would leave an active boat filled with dynamite somewhere? Shouldn't everything that can be done? And then it seemed like strategic, from a strategic plan that I would motherfucking do. And I ain't done been in the motherfucking military. I'm just saying, is it survival or is it to blow us all the fuck up? I be worried. Who doing it then? If God is the God of the Bible and he's still living, then the head of the motherfucking military. Didn't he say he got a whole motherfucking army? And we don't understand that this is where the history of the army and shit and all of that shit, this is part of the history of the military. So this is part of the chaos in our lives. People fighting to get what they want and using us as their little weapons. We part of the weapons change. We ain't shit else. We ain't shit else. We just here because we cannot stand against that entity. No. No, and we don't believe in ourselves. We taught to believe that God told us to do it. God made it happen. Without realizing that your hands are the one doing it. And that means that you are a God too. And everyone is a God to me. I have been dating this. Well, we just been like friends and stuff, you know? And I don't really know that much about him, and he won't allow. We haven't been out on a date. He's been here, and his work. We do like some sort of work service, and I kind of like dude, and at this point we just friends. He is someone that I would want in my life long term. He is someone that at this point, but I don't really know that much about him, so I don't want to invest myself into him or a whole lot of time into him, and he not the one for me. But I want to get a chance to know him a little bit more better outside of him stopping by my house and saying hey and hi. And he swear he's not involved with anything else, but it seemed like he got a number one. I don't want to be number two. That's not the position that I want to be in at this age in life. I want a number one. I want someone in my life at all times now that all my children are grown. And I'm not responsible for anyone at this point right now but myself. Someone that I can build a new foundation with, if you will. And perhaps if we both moving forward in the same direction, we will be there eternally, because I do know that at the end of eternal life is death. And so my death will come too one day. And it's eternal as long as I live it now. And I don't believe that people coming back. I do believe that we can live longer lives now. Now, if eternal life cannot mean eternal life if there is ever death. So when I'm gone, I feel like that's it. And my spirit is going to return to the form of something like a grain of a mustard seed, so small you can't see it with the naked eye, that I'm going to go back there. And then if in my spirit, heaven is what I can make of it with my spirit now, my spirit. That little thing, a vision of what it wants and how it's going to get it. I can see that here. and I breathe and I go about my daily journey, that it gonna be heaven for real for me for eternity. And if I see pain and grief and mischief and only fire in my spirit and think that that's the only thing that life has to uh, potential to be, then I might see that after I'm gone. And AD after death, I might see hell because I've been taught to believe that if I don't walk a certain way, I don't believe a certain way, that this is what I'm going to see. And then we have so many things on telly, letting little children look at telly with things that they should not, their eyes should not see, and telling them that they're demons, a demon and God in you. And then they don't take responsibility for their own action because they feel like if they do something bad, then the devil made them do it. No, it's you, it's your mind. And if you the one told them that a demon did it, then you the motherfucking devil. Devils, I need you to fall in motherfucking line. Stop letting these children look at motherfucking Jasons and Freddy motherfucking Krueger. Put some fucking parentals on your motherfucking channel. Don't keep them from around me. I mean, it's your job. It's your job to keep them from looking at me and listening to what the fuck I gotta say. It's your job to keep them from learning the word fuck. Fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. It's your job. It's your job to make sure that them parental controls is up so that your baby won't learn how to bounce her booty. It's your job so that your baby won't want to dress with her booty hanging out. It's your job to try to teach her how to cover herself up and not to dress like she trying to entice a man. Yeah, because some certain outfits are chosen to worn to entice a man, to let him know that it's up for grabs. And we don't want to send that signal too young and because we don't know. And you got some men who won't accept no from a little girl. They'll take it because they can. I rebuke it. I rebuke it. It's wrong. Please stop looking at little girls like that. Now, let's say she done got on up a age. You know when you start being attracted to the opposite sex? I say I was somewhere around 11, 12, 13 when I started being attracted to boys. Because I remember in the 5th grade, no, 6th grade, no. But see, and then I had them being kept back too. I wanted to play basketball. I wanted to run, jump, and have fun. And like I said, I like wrestling with the little motherfuckers too. I just did. And like learning how to play basketball, I enjoyed basketball. I wanted to play baseball. It was like never. We could play like stickball and running, just playing little games and things. And then I'm gonna say probably in the 8th grade maybe. But then I had been kept back, so no, maybe in the 7th grade. And Mama let him come and sit on the couch, and then there was this other guy who wanted to come, and Mama wouldn't let he could not come over and visit. And at this point now, I think I'm probably about 15, and she allowed the boys to come over and to sit on the couch, and but the other one couldn't come, and she said it's because we were cousins. And I had never known that they were kin to us. Most of the time, I had been told who family, you related to them, blah, blah, blah. Them your kin people right there, blah, blah, blah. Most of the time, I knew who kin was. I had never heard that they were related. I didn't. And it was later on in life that I learned that it was because my dad, it wasn't my real daddy. He was the man who signed my birth certificate. And people would oftentimes tell him, because my dad was dark skinned, but that doesn't mean he wasn't my dad. He was not what I was told by my mom, he wasn't my biological father. And my dad even said that he was out of town working, and he said he just got word that she was getting ready to have a baby. And he didn't know that she was pregnant, but I don't know what the hell she told him at that point, because we didn't even have a discussion at that point. I just know that my mama told me that she got me in the back of a 32 something. I don't remember what it was. And then once she acknowledged to me who my real dad was, my uncle, my biological father, his brother, is the one who made my mom tell me. We used to have gatherings a lot, and my aunt was having a house party, and when I walked in the door, he called me, and I came over, and he told he told my mom, he said, tell her who I am. And she said who he is. She said, this is Mr. Mr. Prime. And then he said, no, tell her who I am to her. And I said, no, he said, you know who I am? I said, yes, sir. And he said, what my name is. And I told him what his name was. And then he told my mama, he said, tell her who I am to her. Tell her who I am to her. And my mama said, it's Prime Thurman. He said, no, I'll tell her who I am. And my mama kept on. And then he said, I'm your uncle. He said, tell her I'm her uncle. And I looked at my mom. I was in disbelief because when I was 13, I had asked my mom if this man was my real dad. I was at homecoming one Sunday at Shady Grove Church, and my cousins had seen him, and as we were leaving, my other cousins, she pointed him out to me, and she said, Carol, that's your dad right there. I said, no, he ain't. She said, yes, he is. She said, Mama said that's your daddy. And then my other cousin sitting in the front, she said, yes, he is. That's your daddy. And see, I always believed in my cousins, and I always liked being around them. But as I got older, I began to feel pushed away. Some of the things I began to realize is how you push a person away from you. That's how I feel. And anyway, that's how I was treated, as if I really wasn't very welcome around. And it could have been me, because I was a handful too now. I ain't going to lie and say I wasn't now, because I was. And I was my grandparents' favorite. They told me that so much till I now realize it, and I believe it myself, that I was her motherfucking favorite. Thank you, Mother. I love you too, because my grandmother would sit me in her lap and rock me back and forth. At any rate now, he says, I'm your uncle, and my mama. And he said, tell her I'm her uncle. And my mama said, yes, this is your uncle. He said, and Clifford is your daddy. That's my brother. And I was working at this store uptown, and he brought his brother by that, like perhaps 2 days later. He brought him by, and he introduced him to me, and he introduced himself to me. And he gave me a phone number, and I kept his phone number for years until one time, and I should have written it down, but I did have it written down. I had his phone number written down in a book, and I don't know what happened to it. Because I really did not call on him that often, or call him, or. I remember I seen him one time. I had not seen him in a long time. But I called him one time when I was living in Texas, and I needed some money. And when he was in Monticello, he would sometimes stop by and see me and say, hey. Or either if I worked somewhere, he asked, or perhaps when my daughter was in the hospital. I'm not for sure if he called. I don't know. Perhaps I wanted him to. I don't know. But if I asked him for anything, he would do it. And I was living in Texas, and I needed some money, and I asked him and he told me to go to Western Union, and he asked me what was going on with my van, and he said, "This is what I want you to tell them. It shouldn't cost no more than this, and this is." And he was saying a whole lot of things. He asked me what was the vehicle, and anyway, he Western Union me the money to get the transmission fixed with. And so then I called him another time. But then I was afraid to just call him and talk to him. And I would see him from time to time, and he would see me, and he would say something. And then when Prime passed away, I seen him, and I didn't know who his wife was, and I did not visually know his children by his wife at that time. And he just looked at me. He just looked at me, and he said, "Hey, how you been doing?" I said, "I'm good." And I kept walking. I wanted to stop and talk to him, but I was afraid. I did not want his wife, and I did not want his wife to see me talking to him or his children, but I wanted to say something to him. I did, because each time I had called on him, he did, and then he passed away. And I felt like all of the people who owned me are gone, because I count my parents as my owners. I had two, but then somehow I became God's property, and I've been God's property ever since. And I'm tired, and I just want to be free. And I want there to be peace. I'm sick of this motherfucking bullshit. And I'm sick of all this motherfucking killing. It been going on since back in the Bible days. That people been doing heinous things. And I thought that it was getting better. But we got so many mass shootings going on. And we got so many wars that are going on right now. And so much fighting. And it's just bringing out the rage in us. Everything. And we got motherfucking balloons flying overhead that white and shit. And how many times have them motherfucker been, and we got somebody who got lucky and caught that shit. We don't know what people using to spray shit in the air. I was listening to Democracy Now, and she was talking about how they released. It was a lady, it was a doctor or someone that was on the show talking about how little small releases of anti something other anti rabies, something to deal with anti-rabies or rabies something. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's to keep the animals, if it's to kill off rabies or what, but it should not be just sprayed over the whole state of Wyoming or one of them Delaware. I don't know. I can't remember. I should have wrote that shit down. Would they be spraying the motherfucking rabies shit around? I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell kind of shit is going on today? You out here just spraying shit around? We don't know how they doing it. It could be these white balloons. We don't know that shit could have been made in China. Top secret. That was a top motherfucking secret lab that fucking COVID came from. That shit wasn't supposed to be leaked out. Who the fuck that lab? Who the fuck had the tabs on that motherfucking lab? You ain't supposed to never open your motherfucking mouth. You supposed to be sworn motherfucking secret. Now here y'all want to cry motherfucking, want to get to crying and shit when that shit got out of your lab. We just rented the space. We just leased the space. Now Chinese don't want to do motherfucking business with them because we never went inside the motherfucking office. It was always under lock and key. Only you went in and did your own motherfucking research. We just leased you the motherfucking space. Now you got motherfucking white balloons that blending in with motherfucking white clouds and shit. Getting caught up in the space. Ain't no telling how long that shit been going on. That shit just got caught. That's a motherfucking drone in the shape of a motherfucking balloon. We don't know. It could be collecting data. It could be collecting data. It could be releasing gases, virus, biological warfare, bacteria. It could be releasing so many horrible things that can cause, that just keep us motherfucking sick. My motherfucking nose been swole since I got COVID. It won't go down on either side. Maybe I need to I don't want no mask on. I want to keep on taking in little tiny doses every day. Every day I want to keep on taking in little tiny doses and trying to get me more vitamin C, like orange juices and orange. But then I'm even afraid of the motherfucking oranges. See, everything is just so much toxic. Why we need so much toxic? Oh, why? But why though? Why? We just have to be able to get out here and work hard, but we can't. We can't even get out here and work hard anymore because we're afraid to go outside of our den because there's so many things out there that I consider predators that's trying to get me. If you a motherfucker fly around the motherfucking globe spraying shit out or even collect, I don't know what the fuck in that balloon. I'm gonna say that little motherfucking balloon is up to no goddamn good. That's what I'm gonna say. That motherfucking balloon, that little white balloon that's floating around the motherfucking planet, I'm gonna say to myself, it ain't up to no good. Now, either the United States of America knew about it, or they didn't. It's just that plain and simple. That motherfucking balloon could have been made in China. To shoot down that balloon, you peoples, I want you people to listen to me. To shoot down something like that could unleash chemicals, bioweapons, viruses, bacteria into the air and into the atmosphere. That could be like Ebola. It could be like a worse version of COVID, where motherfuckers be falling like flies. Like raid on a fly. Stop shooting at everything. Listen, Linda, listen, Linda. I was a nuisance. I used to be so happy when my house came over. Linda. That's why I see that. I just fall out so. I just laugh so hard. My sister float like a butterfly, stank like a bee. Beat the hell out of my brother one day, and it was pleasing to me because he used to beat the hell out of me. My sister tag team the hell out of him. She whop. She would tear his head up, and he was bigger. She was small. She was swagging so fake. I just stood there holding her daughter looking. I was scared he was going to beat her. He could not, though. I'm glad he couldn't. I felt so proud of her at that moment. She became my champ. She became my champ right there. I don't know who your champ was. But she beat the bullet. My brother used to beat me. He was 4 years older than I was. He was a bully though. But listen, Linda. Listen. You hear that? They could be listening too. we beginning to understand now more and more how data is being collected and how long it's been going on and all the neat little gadgets that they use. We have the same technology that they've had for a long time because they selling it to us. I don't know what the hell they need with so much money. To be honest, I don't know what the fuck they trying to buy. I just know that it's costing us our lives, our livelihood. It's costing us our happiness. People can't even be free to come to this country and to work, and when they migrate, migration isn't been free. I don't think that there should be walls placed up. Migration has been going on for decades. To put such a wall up, it stops the flow of life because you have other animals that travel that the flow of life. They come up here and they graze and they have water. They drink from the brooks and they enter into the country and they come here looking for food too. But we have migrants from another country who come into work because it's so overcrowded in their country because they cannot live here. They don't want to live here. They like living where they live. They just come in here to work to do the jobs that we don't want to do. Like we don't want to get out here and pick the strawberries. We don't want to go out yonder and do the motherfucking pineapples. And then we don't want other motherfuckers to come here and do it either. We some of the most ungrateful motherfuckers on this planet. They gonna cut us the fuck off and we gonna be wondering where the fuck our next meal gonna come from. And see, we don't know if that ain't done already happened because you see, people gonna get sick of this shit. You got other people who travel, oh, how many children they had sitting there? To 'em, where the children at? Where my baby? Where is my baby? They traveling. Where is his father? His father was detained and released, and they kept the baby. Where the baby's at? What are they doing in cages? What are they doing in cages? And how long? How long? How long before they can get their children back? And what happened to them children? Why were they separated from their parent in the first place? Why? Why were they separated? Why? I don't get it. Everybody, we do have child trafficking, but that's a whole nother department right there, you know, and it's inside of the United States government. We see what Moses them did. That's human trafficking. They took all the little virgin girls and killed everybody else. That wasn't human trafficking, sex slaves. What the fuck you think they were gonna do with all them little virgin girls? Huh? What you think they were gonna do with them little virgin girls? They gonna breed them like animals. That's part of the whitewashing process. Because if you will now, a whole lot of people, they said God was darker skinned. So that's how we already know that God won't in on this shit. Because if Jesus was born lily white and not brown like me, then his father had hair like wool now. Listen to me now. Listen to me now. Listen to me now. God could have been accused of being the pappy. Mm-hmm. I ain't that baby pappy. I ain't done had sex with that girl. She ain't got my spirit from up in me. No, baby. You's the only one I've been giving this thing to. I promise you that was not me. Oh, God. We don't know if God had a wife or not. I mean, all we know is he was most motherfucking wanted. It was said in God what God said for me to do it. We hear that. We see people in jail right now saying God told them to do that. We got to stop teaching these people these delusional ways now. God ain't around you telling you shit. That's in your head. You the one thinking that shit now. Now that Bible is a history book. This shit right here done played out in that Bible. Ain't no more chopping people's heads off and burning them at the stake like they're a witch. You got people over yonder being put to death saying that they going against God's will. How you know what the fuck God want? God ain't told you to kill that person. You doing this shit because you want to. God is gone and them laws is being done away with. People rights are being restored, but they hanging on to our rights, and they hanging on to the wrongs of a system and calling it right. Yes, they are. They hanging on to the wrongs and telling us that it's right. Give me back my freedom. If I own the land, you ain't got nothing to do with what I'm buying from someone. Long as we and people can use a system. But we should not have, you should not just automatically take money out of our check. And we still, when we go to these places, to these joints that are run by them, we still have to pay. So what do they need with our money? So much money is being taken. And I know people look forward to that money coming back once a year. But if we were to take a certain amount and save it, and then, oh, of course, we do have to earn income credit for the children. And then I look at the spending, and I look at the fact that we still take the money and we splurge instead of saying, I refuse to buy your merchandise because it is too high. I don't care how much it costs. I don't care how much it costs. You are not a royal. I don't care how much money you got. You're not in that family. Either you born into that family or you not. And they wore them label. You can wear that label, but we don't know. Maybe their last name was Royal. I don't know. The Royals. Don't it sound like a last name? Don't it sound like a given name? The Royals. It sounds like somebody's motherfucking last name. Because I don't know them peoples. I mean, I'm not worshiping them. You got motherfuckers lying all up around gates and shit. What for? What for? Didn't nobody line up when my grandmother passed away? Them my royals right there. That's my royal right there. The queen ain't did shit to help me. My grandmother and my mom. Them my motherfucking queens. Them my queens. And see, that's the kind of shit that got us dead because we refuse to bow down. I ain't bowing down to that. I don't know who them peoples is. They want me to do what? We can no longer celebrate my mother's birth. We can no longer celebrate the birth of a baby. It has been banned and put to death, too. Ain't but one birthday you finna celebrate around here. Ain't but one person you finna sing. Now get the singing praises to me. I'm God. We don't even, his wife didn't even get no respect. Just him. That's what the Bible said. That's what the Bible said. It don't say nothing. Nothing about his wife. So listen, bitches, I need y'all to sit down and shut the fuck up. Nothing. Cut yourself completely off from a man for at least 3-4 months. Get yourself a little old pad and get the motherfucking right. Your plan. Your plan. What you want, your desire. Stop talking to him and go get you a Bob. You know what a Bob is? A battery-operated boyfriend. Learn how to massage yourself. Learn it because it says that that's one of the rights that was taken away from us too. Masturbate. Oh, that is against the law too. Suffer. You can't even please yourself. Now, sound like God was angry, or the men were angry with the woman, hated the woman. Now, either that was a man, because if he's drawn to a woman, then why he gonna hate one? Huh? That sounds like a homosexual who would hate a woman. I'm just saying, because he really is, that's like competition for him. He got to dress up to be like one, especially unless it's a man who into that thing. You got a lot of men who not honest about who they really are. They know they a man, but they ain't gonna tell you. Either they want you to fall in love with them or they just want you to get them the sex. And what they do with their penis during sex, I don't know. I don't know how they can have sex with you and you not know. Maybe they tuck it in and you go in to the outside of the penis. I don't know. I don't know. I wonder, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, I be wondering about that shit right there. You know? You said, is it when you're going to have sex with them that you find out they got a penis? I don't know. I think that I remember I worked at Marcos with this young lady, and I had caught a break, and I was sitting out there listening to the telly, and there were these two young boys on there who was standing before the court, and I asked her, I said, is that one in the dress a man? She said, I said, is that one in the dress a man? She said, does it matter? And got up and walked off. And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I said, why, yes, it does matter. And I could see where a young man would be fooled into thinking that he is a woman. To a certain degree, it was something about the shape of his face. But I don't know, that might be a dead giveaway for another man. I don't know, men might be able to spot it a little bit better than women. And perhaps it's not even an attraction there that let them know that something is wrong. Because opposites attract, and perhaps a man has a certain attraction to a woman that goes without being, you don't even notice it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I know I am attracted to men, and sometimes I look at their butt. I can't help it, and don't let them have a pair of motherfucking Levi's with that little red tag on it. Oh my gosh, them blue ones. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't have on a pair of cowboy boots. Ooh, wee. Ooh, ooh. Oh, they look so good in them Levi jeans does a butt real well. I love me some Levi jeans. Listen to me now. Anyhow, I gotta get up and I gotta get going. Listen, Linda. Oh, it's 4:25. Look, y'all have a great day, please, please, please. Love you one another, some kind of way. You know what? We've been doing it for a long time. We just don't realize it. We won't let go of the past, and it's hard to let go of it. I don't know if I can ever forget a person who killed my son. On the 7th of February this month, it's gonna be 22 years, and I still don't know who murdered my son or why. And it haunts me constantly. And perhaps they can sleep at night peacefully and easily without any kind of sedatives. I use alcohol to help sedate me, and a little puff of some pot, and it helped me to get the rest that I need. And I like pot because I feel like it's more natural. And I have a problem with the system that has taken away my rights to do whatever I want with my own body. I believe that we are in the process of building back up. And if you want something to get done that's going to be a whole lot more beneficial for families, then I think we need more women in office. Because I think that at some point in time, the women can fall back into line with actual nature and motherhood. And whereas it might be more of a fight for the men, because it seems like they love to fight in the wars and the thing like that. And it might be some women out there who have fallen down the path of things that just taking another person's life for whatever the reason. But I believe that sisters and mothers, we gonna pull back from that, and we gonna train our children in a more productive manner that is gonna be more beneficial for the family, because your child ain't beneficial for you if they running amok out yonder in the streets. Your child gonna soon be lost in the system, and then forever they victim. Because a lot of times you can't even get that shit off your record, and you can't even get a job no more. And they spending 50 years in prison for a murder. They no longer beneficial to society or to themselves or to you as a mother who want them to be a limb on this tree, a link in this chain right here, a new generation, another generation, the next generation of my bloodline that we keep going as long as we can. You know, Abraham Lincoln, wasn't his whole bloodline cut off because his children never had children? That's a whole bloodline cut off. That's where that generation ended. I want my generation to keep going and keep going and keep going. I could not take birth control pills. I got my tubes tied, and oh my God, it threw my cycle way off. It made it very irregular. But listen, you have a great day. And we need to be concerned about that white balloon and your fucking liberal use of shooting shit down. God damn it. Look, when you go today, leave them fucking weapons at home. Take your bare fucking knuckles. It ain't that much going on. But then when I know if I get way too upset and shit, if I gotta go get that shit, you go what? Just at the mere threat of it, and hostility sets in and rampage, and we got that weapon, and I ain't gonna let you get me, bam. Power, healing, healing, healing. Leave the weapons at home. You had a right to protect your house by any means necessary. Bye.